Changing hands between at least 5 different businesses in 40 years, 16th and Harney is a history of American business. Originally owned by the Bennett Company, then sold almost immediately to the Orkin Company in 1912, which failed in a year and a half, and sold again to Burgess Nash in 1914. By 1920, Burgess Nash fails and the trail becomes even more complicated. From then to 1956, the space is bought and sold as a department store over and over. As the economy deflated and people moved out from downtown, the corner remained empty. As downtown Omaha began to revitalize with the prominence of the Orpheum Theater and the Old Market, new businesses began to flood in. One of the newest additions from the past year is Himalayan Java. The founders of Himalayan Java are Gagan Pradhan and Anand Gurung. They were both born in Nepal and ended up meeting in Australia. After these avid coffee lovers returned to Nepal, they were shocked by the lack of quality coffee in their homeland. When deciding to start Himalayan Java, they began collaborating with local farmers to grow organic beans at a fair price. As a result, the coffee house became very popular and expanded. Currently, there are over 18 stores located in Nepal and other countries.
In 2010, a man named Sagar Gurung took a trip to Nepal and saw one of the coffee houses and instantly became inspired. He had always wanted to be in the service and hospitality industry, and he believed that Himalayan Java would create the opportunity that he needed. For 4 years, he tried to persuade Gagan and Anand to allow him to open up a Himalayan Java in Omaha. Eventually, Sagar convinced the founders to give him the opportunity to join the franchise. They then spent 2 years planning for the Omaha location. Himalayan Java has now been open for 10 months since June 11th, 2016, and remains to be the only location in the U.S.
First and foremost, Omaha is Sagar's home. He has lived in Omaha for 24 years and could not imagine being anywhere else. The spot was perfect for drawing in an up-and-coming community of diverse people. He loved the look of the place and could easily envision his coffee house when touring this specific building. When he saw that Limelight was leasing out the last of its space, it was both a miracle and a sign. With both the Orpheum Theater and OPPD down the street and King Fong's, one of Omaha's oldest restaurants, right next door to the coffee house. There was no place more perfect, so he bought it.
Hi, my name is Marian, and I've been working at Himalayan Java since August of 2016, so I'd like to think I know a lot about this place.
What are the main principles or ideas that Sagar wants to represent through Himalayan Java?
I would say that Sagar really wants to make this coffee shop a unique niche little place in Omaha for people to hang out. The whole appeal of it is to be a place where people can come in and unload their burdens at the door. It's really a one-of-a-kind coffee store, and I believe he's trying to accomplish that by having hospitable staff and quality coffee you can't find anywhere else. That's the 2 elements he stresses the most.
Tell me a little bit about the store decor and how some of the choices were made.
Because Himalayan Java has only 1 location in the U.S., my boss, Sagar, wanted to decorate the store in a way that it wouldn't resemble any other coffee shop. He wanted his decor and design pieces to be tied to a story. One of the most asked about are the Buddhist flags that are strung up on the ceiling. The flags were blessed by Buddhist monks, and they are supposed to bring positive energy to the store and give a symbol of hope for the future of Himalayan Java. There's also a huge copy of one of the most popular photos ever taken in Nepal that is blown up on a scale to fit the size of an entire wall. The portrait shows how Nepali coffee is transported from the Himalayan mountains on yaks. There's also other framed Nepali photos around the store. Some of the other pieces would include a couple of chairs that were reupholstered with the same sacks that were used to transport the coffee beans to the store.
What is your role at Himalayan Java?
Well, first and foremost, I'm a barista. I specialize in making coffee and espresso drinks from the menu. Most people don't know, but making good quality coffee takes time and practice. It's not just pressing buttons and waiting for a machine to conveniently do all the work. There's an art to it. First, you have to grind the coffee beans to a certain texture, and it will differ depending on the drink. Then you have to pour the grounds into a portafilter, but it has to be the perfect amount. You can't put too much or too little, or it will affect the taste. Then you have to tamp the shot and apply enough pressure to level out the coffee grounds. Only then can you extract an espresso shot. But what if someone wants a latte, a cappuccino, or a macchiato? Then you'll need milk, and that has a whole nother process. When pouring milk into a pitcher, you will need to pour in enough to make either a small, medium, or large drink. We try to make traditional coffee drinks so each drink has a different foam amount. When steaming milk, you have to be at a perfect angle and let the milk whirl until you reach that perfect foam amount. We can't steam milk for a temperature higher than 65 degrees Celsius or it will burn the espresso. So as baristas, we have to be conscious of that threshold. In other words, coffee is just not a cookie-cutter craft. Every drink can be changed and customized to any customer that walks in the door, so it can only get more complex from here. A lot of mainstream coffee shops find this process to be too time-consuming, so they try to cut down on some of these tasks. I think Himalayan Java is special in its own ways that not only are customers getting authentic Nepali coffee, but we're also attempting to make our drinks as quality as possible. Himalayan Java's menu is decorated with various examples of cultural art. At the top is a drawing of the Himalayan mountains, and at the bottom are various religious temples found around Nepal. Some of the most popular and specialized menu items are the honey latte, the Himalayan salad, Java's brancino, and the goddess of the green sandwich. Nepal is a diverse and inclusive country, so many of the available menu items have a vegetarian or vegan option available.
Local businesses in and around the surrounding area. From Le Petit, an Omaha-based French bakery, Himalayan Java has an assortment of pastries delivered to the store to sell daily. A natural blend of local small-batch teas called Artemis teas are available to drink. Sagar wants to dedicate a small portion of a shop to create a marketplace filled with a mix of products from the local area and Nepal. Himalayan Java sells a variety of teas directly from Nepal as well as Artemis teas. The store also sells Loess Hills honey, which is 100% local raw honey, on top of selling organic Himalayan honey. There are Himalayan Java specific merchandise as well as coffee bags, t-shirts, and coffee mugs with the official logo so customers can show their support anywhere they go. Himalayan Java also hosts giveaway events for customers. Recently, they have collaborated with the Orpheum Theater to raffle off 2 free tickets to see the opera Flight. The current grand prize giveaway is a free trip to Nepal, which includes a ticket and 12 days of touring. In order to enter, the contestant must post a picture with the hashtag #TakeMeToNepal Himalayan Java by May 15th, 2017.
Future that Himalayan Java can bring people together just like in Nepal, where everyone is closely connected as a community. Sagar is not as focused on expanding the franchise than he is with making an impact and adding Himalayan Java to the history of Omaha. He wants to broaden the growth of the store to get more people and organizations involved with this location. He is not opposed to more locations as long as they remain community-based. He just wants Himalayan Java to be a well-known to-go spot in the area.